Hey everyone, it's me, Curtis Parody, and welcome to another Sims 3 house building video. Today we are inside of Bridgeport here, as you can see, and we are building a really cool new house called Spectrum. Now, the reason that the house is called Spectrum, you will see momentarily, but it's a really sweet house. It's a cool design that I thought of. I thought, you know, what if we just covered the entire outside of the house with mirrors? So that's kind of what I've done today, and that's where it gets its name for Spectrum, because of the mirrored exterior. So it's very cool here. It's also sort of hovering above this pool section that you can see me building here, so kind of a cool little design for the pool. You'll see I'll be adding lights and stuff to it as well as the video progresses along here, but just adding in the pool area here, kind of doing a little bit of landscaping here. Nothing too crazy on this lot because it was a smaller lot to work with, but the house does have a garage, and of course the pool, though you can't actually swim in it because I've added lights around it towards the end, but it's a nice house. It's a very simple design. It has 3 bedrooms, 1, 2, 3 bathrooms, and yeah, so it's fairly simple. It's not too big, not too small, but the exterior looks really cool. So that's the main part that I really wanted to get to, of course. So here you can see I'm adding a cool little walkway. There's like a bridge that kind of connects into the house here. So you kind of enter and then you go over this curved bridge into the main area of the house. Adding some stilts there just because I needed to build the landing areas on the top here. The stilts will go away as we progress throughout the video here, but just kind of started it off kind of throwing in some stuff here. As you can see, adding more of the walls in here and so forth. The house is an L shape as well, and the cool thing is that the sides are covered in mirrors, but the 2 like the end caps, if you want to think about them, are completely open and they're glass, sort of to let the light in. Because the one thing that I had a problem with when designing this house was, well, if I cover the entire exterior with actual mirrors, how am I going to have windows? That's going to be kind of a problem. So the windows are kind of far, there's only a few of them. The end caps, like I've said, have windows on them, and then in the main area, there are a few small windows, nothing really big. Also on the second story, there are skylights, which let in natural light from above, but that's kind of it. So not a lot of windows in this house, but I think it turned out well even without them, and the house is lit properly within, so that's kind of a nice thing here. So I'm starting to add in all of the mirrors, as you can see here, just kind of plastering them all over the exterior, which is really cool. Had to add the stilts back in here to get like the mirrors on the sides, but they will disappear again momentarily. So just layering in all of the mirrors. So basically all of the side surfaces are mirrors. So as you can see, you can start seeing the reflection kind of coming from it. And the reason I wanted to do like mirrors is simply because of like it's almost like a transparency effect. Like as you can see here, the mirrors almost take a very similar color to the sky, which is really cool. And when you zoom into the house and get close enough, you can see the reflection of like the trees and everything else around it. So it's this very unique idea for a house. So I thought this would be sweet, and it turned out really well inside of the game. Now, as you can see here, just adding in, these are a few of the windows here, but I am going to move them closer to the columns. The columns are kind of a cool choice for the corner areas. It also kind of hides the corners because the mirrors don't really close up very well on the sides. Here I'm adding a little border to the top and the bottom of the mirrors themselves, again, to kind of close that gap because the mirrors didn't fit very closely, as close as I wanted, so I added this sort of border all the way around, which is really cool. It comes from Sims 3 Into the Future, if you're wondering where that comes from. There's a lot of different pieces from all the different packs and expansion packs in this house, kind of to achieve the look in which I wanted. Here again is another look at the mirrored side. Again, you can't really get this sort of a color, like you can't reflect the light unless it's a mirror. So it's a really cool choice idea. The funny thing is you can see that parts of the house are orange here. The entire exterior of the house is orange. You just can't see it because of the mirrors. So when you zoom out into town view, the mirrors stop like reflecting, obviously, because you're so far away. So you'll just see this giant orange house. So be aware of that if you do download this house. Of course, if you are interested in downloading this house, you can do so. There is a link in the description down below for you. So check that out. You can go to my website and download it directly from there, or if you're more interested in downloading it from the Sims 3 Exchange, you can do that as well. Now you can see I added in the different skylights there, also an orange sort of like ribbon or like border around the roof area, which is kind of cool. Here I'm just adding in more of the siding area, kind of like the cool fence that goes around this, and I added a sweet sort of entrance fence here as well, which is kind of cool. So kind of a fun thing that I wanted to do. Again, it kind of makes this house sort of stand out, right? Because it's on this lot, but then it has like this border around it with very green grass on the inside, so it's cool because it obviously it acts like a fence, which is interesting because Sims can't get in without going through the main gate, but it doesn't close off your view from the outside world, which is kind of cool. So a fun thing there. Adding in the garage here, of course, and covered the entire exterior with mirrors once again, and another orange border around the roof, and a bunch of skylights to let the sun in. There's also 2 parking spots within that garage, which is kind of cool. And you can add more parking spots, obviously, in the front driveway there. I never really added any, but you could if you wanted to. Here's the main entrance, sort of garden area where you kind of walk up to get into the house there. A very small little fountain in the very middle, which is kind of cool, and a bunch of different shrubs and stuff like that. Again, kept the trees down to a minimum, though. There's a sort of a wall of trees around the front, which you can see right there. It's kind of blocking our view a little bit. That kind of creates a separation between the road and the actual house itself, but around the other sides, I wanted to keep it clean and open so that your Sims could actually see out, which is kind of a cool thought here. Working on the pool here, you can see the lights. These are from Into the Future, which is kind of cool. They create like this blue glow above them, which is kind of cool. It's kind of like a little holographic glow. I absolutely loved it, so I added it all around the pool here. I'm also going to add it all the way around the roof in the end, so it's a really sweet look. I kind of love it. It gives this like super futuristic sort of look at the same time. Now, you're probably wondering, why didn't I build this in the Into the Future world? Well, I love Bridgeport so much. It's one of my favorite worlds. Also, I wanted this house to be in like a kind of a realistic world. Like it wasn't like this like sci-fi future. I wanted it to be like, this is a house that could possibly exist in the real world. So kind of a fun thing there. So I thought Bridgeport. Also, I have not built in Bridgeport for a very long time, and I wanted to kind of jump back into it. So now we're jumping inside here, adding some spiral staircases. There's also going to be a bedroom down here, kind of a guest bedroom sort of idea, and there's also a bathroom down here. So kind of a fun thing here, adding in a bunch of different colors. I went a little crazy with the interiors this time. I kind of wanted to step it up just a little bit, so did a little research online to find some awesome modern bathrooms and bedrooms, living rooms and kitchens and stuff like that, and sort of kind of pooled it all together in here. So kind of a fun effect. I really like the way that it sort of turned out. Now we're jumping into what's the main floor of the house here, guys. So up here we have our kitchen, we have our main dining room area, and our living room. There's also a bathroom up here as well, so kind of simple here. The kitchen, which was a really cool idea, I wanted it to be very open and very flowy here. Now, if you remember back to my Steve Jobs house, the kitchen was somewhat similar. There was an island in the middle and then some stuff on the sides. I wanted to bring that into this house, so you can see the island here was 2 just really nice chairs to sit at, and the oven is built right into the island, which is really cool. So the very flowy sort of kitchen and dining room setup there. A beautiful like large table for the dining room. I also threw a fireplace in the dining room, which is kind of a cool little addition here. This is where the living room area is located. I threw in a giant big screen TV here because I thought, why not? Also, there's no windows, so probably should put something. Orange accent wall here, which was kind of fun. I wanted to bring more color into the entire house here, so this is kind of one way to do it. Also, I put the glass floor in here, which is kind of cool, so you can see down into the pool down below. Working on the bathroom here. The bathroom upstairs looks the exact same as this one. It's very simple. It's got a shower, a tub. It's kind of like a full-fledged bathroom here, but kind of kept small. It also has these cool little glass dividers in it, which is kind of fun. Here is the second story, or it's more like the third story. Now, it's because I had to split level this house. There were a few issues I had with placing the stairs, but finally got them in place, as you can see here, and sort of dotted it up. So it's kind of cool. You kind of go up a spiral staircase to the split level, and then you go up like separate staircases to get into the master bedroom and then the other bedroom that's in the house as well. So kind of a cool little thing that I did there. Here is the second bedroom. Could be like another guest bedroom, or it could be maybe a child's bedroom or something like that. It does have a double bed in it, and I love this sort of wood background that I put behind the beds. I thought it was kind of a sweet little addition. Also, it has more of like a concrete floor in here and more of like a simplistic white background. Threw in a red chair there to, again, spice it up, add some color in there a little bit. Another bathroom here, like I said before, it's the exact same layout as the one downstairs. It has a full bathroom with a tub, shower, toilet, sinks, and all that other fun stuff. The bedroom here kind of went for something, again, a little bit more exciting. Added some color in there with the purple and the oranges there. I changed it to orange. Also, the rug. Love the rug. If you can figure out the reason why I chose that rug color, that is awesome. So here we are. We're flying over top of Bridgeport here. The beautiful scenery that you can see here with Bridgeport, of course. You can see all of these skyscrapers and such as you are in your house, of course, of the future, which looks really cool and covered in mirrors, so it's really awesome. Here we go. As we get closer to the house, you can actually see the mirrors in action, which looks really cool because it's reflecting all of the surroundings, which is super awesome. Completely the way I wanted it to look. Of course, here's another awesome view. This is the kind of the backyard area. Again, you can see the mirrors here reflecting everything. Now, one thing to note when you download this house, if you download this house, of course you can on my website. There's a link in the description down below. It's completely free. You can download it directly from there, or of course you can download it from the Sims 3 Exchange if you are interested. One thing to note though, if you do download it, be aware the mirrors on the exterior kind of lag the game a little bit when you're in build or buy mode. When you're in the actual live mode though, I have had no problems with them, so just a word of warning, if you plan on editing this house at all, the build and buy mode are a little laggy because of the mirrors. Also, if your computer is not powerful enough, I'm sorry, the mirrors will not reflect properly. It's just one of the things that your computer will turn off because it's just not powerful enough. So sorry about that, but it was kind of one thing I wanted to do. Like, I really wanted a mirrored exterior, and I realized it would be something that would negatively affect some people, but I thought I gotta do it at least for video form. So here's a really cool shot of the interior of the house. This is probably my favorite area of the house, the sort of dining room, open atrium. I love that room so much. Here's the kitchen. Of course, you can see the awesome tile, like the slat tiles, and I love the top of the countertops there. I thought that was really cool, like a wood top. Here is the hallway leading into the main living room area. Of course, you can see the glass floor there and the glass wall looking outside over the balcony. Another shot of the giant TV, of course, the orange accent wall, and a few cool paintings that I threw together to create like this larger painting together. Obviously, there's also the sectional from Into the Future, if you are interested to know where that came from. Cool plant on the side. This is a beautiful shot transitioning from the main floor up to the second floor. You can see the different split levels here and the different staircases that lead up there. Also, there was a glass ceiling there, another glass ceiling in the master bedroom here, and of course you can see the orange accents in this slightly darker room. One thing that I kind of noted, it wasn't as light as I kind of originally thought, but I still like the way that it had turned out. Here's the master bathroom. This one is a little dark, but for a reason, because I forgot to turn the lights on when I took this little picture here, so be aware of that. It is brighter. Here's another shot of the main atrium in the house from the second floor. Another really cool shot. Before we transition into the second bedroom, or the spare bedroom, again, you can see the wood on the background and the really cool red chair there in the corner. And that really ends off this entire video here. So we see one last shot of the house before we blast off above Bridgeport, kind of looking out over the ocean there and the beautiful skyline with all of the different skyscrapers and such. It's just a beautiful shot. Well, everyone, that's it for this Sims 3 house building video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Of course, if you're interested in adding this house into your game, you can do so. You can download the package file right directly from my website. There's a link to that in the description down below. Or, of course, you can download it from the Sims 3 Exchange. Same link in the description down below. That will send you off to my website where you can find more information and you can find all of the other house videos that I've built. Of course, to find and keep up to date with all of the new Sims 3 house videos and all the other Sims 3 or Sims-based content coming in the future, you can, of course, click that subscribe button in the top corner or, of course, down below to subscribe to my channel so you get all of the latest videos sent directly to you. You can also find me on Facebook and Twitter if you are interested. Those are great ways to actually keep up to date with everything I'm doing, because sometimes, you know, I just ask you guys questions like, what's the next house would you like me to build? Like, where should I build next? What's the design that I should build next? It's a great place to kind of interact with me. So you can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/The Curtis Parody Show, and you can find me on Twitter at twitter.com/Curtis Parody. Again, links in the description down below. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to find other videos that I have made in the past couple of days, there's the latest episode of Now directly below me, and the previous Sims 3 house video available directly underneath me as well. Just click on the screen and be directed in those locations. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, I'm Curtis Parody. Happy simming!